We're back. Season 2, episode.
We should always know before we say this. I think 12. Potentially.
Okay. 12. Reek is here. That's me. Fly is here. G is here.
Yep.
What's up?
We're back. Ready to roll.
So we're gonna get into a little battle rap, I guess. We'll start off there. We got the NBA playoffs to talk to. But somebody, I think before we get going, we should definitely put APB out and check on your boy, because he got to be somewhere feeling real low right now.
Who's that?
Danny Myers just fumbled the fucking bag. There's so many other things to go to. Let's start with the negative. Was you just not prepared, man? I don't understand. Like, how did you show up and get filleted on national, national streaming, I guess? Like, just cooked. He cooked, just, the funny thing is, I don't think his bars are good enough anyway, but oh my God.
It was a lot of people watching. It was like number one trending. Like, I saw commercials for that, like, on Fox Sports. Like, it was
serious.
Danny, for those who don't know, Danny choked first 2 rounds and then he quit. And he got smoked.
I don't think I've ever seen.
I missed that. Wait, what happened?
I didn't catch that one. Listen. Okay, so he choked in the first round. Matter of fact, this is so bad I got notes on this shit. On the first round, he choked. Like, just straight lost his train. He kind of got it back or whatever, but he cut it short, you could tell, right? Then and mind you, his first, I was really optimistic because I think his angle was going to be nice in terms of, like, because he played against real ski or Skith or whatever. I can't want to say his name wrong. There you go. So he came with the angle of, here comes another non-black coming into a black art form trying to take over, but really it's not. This isn't just space, right? He was going with that angle, which I think is fair, especially with some of the things that have happened in battle rap over the last couple of years. Like the white boy avocado or whatever. Like, there's been some shit that's been said, and boys that come into this culture and take over. We've done shit on, like, Vlad being, a voice in the black community or in the hip hop community. Like, why the fuck is he? You know what I mean? We talked about that. So I thought the angle was going to be fire, but then he fucking choked. Okay. That's a round for old boy. Fair.
Real sick, yeah.
And the second one, he just forgot it. Like, the whole shit, and just stopped. He was just like, he goes, I ain't got it today, man. I ain't got it. I ain't got it today, man. My bad. It was so bad, bro. It was like, come on, man. It was so bad. His opponent was like, come on, man. I don't want to like that. Like, he literally said, I don't want to like this. He said it, and then and then the boy apologized. He's like, man, I'm sorry. He said, my third is fire. So he proceeds to flame him even worse. And then at the end of it, Danny's just like, yeah, I ain't got it, man. He got it. I was like, what are you doing? I couldn't believe it. I could not believe. I've never thought I'd see that in battle. Just a straight quit. He didn't come with a full round. He did not come with a full round and just quit on the third attempt. I was just like, I'm done.
And the crazy thing is, like, what made this worse for Danny, as far as Battler of the Year, because, they do the Battler of the Year thing and they get, like, they get the belt and they get, like, a big check at the end for, like, how much money the fans raise or whatever. Danny Myers was, like, leading in the Champion of the Year battlers. You know what I mean? Everybody had him, like, at the top. I'm not a Danny Myers fan, but I couldn't deny, like, he's been winning, like, dominating all his battles up until Real Sick. And Real Sick, like, I didn't think he was going to dominate Real Sick to begin with, because Real Sick can rap. And Real Sick has a lot of angles. Like, he wasn't going to, like, Danny's angle in the first about him, like, you're going to gas him because he's not black, coming to a black culture. And anybody that comes in and does what we do good, we gas him.
Right.
And that was a great angle that he had. But I do think like Real Sick also can really rap, and Real Sick will come right at you. So I knew it was gonna be a good battle, but the fact that he quit, like it pretty much like messed up anything he's gonna do for like battle of the year. Like, so you talking about fumbling the bag, like he literally fumbled the bag.
Like it thing is like I was like so like he had some strong bars.
Yeah, he was
got
rapping.
some really strong bars, but like I just man, I was listening, like I was just like, what the fuck? I felt bad. I had to start there because that's what they were saying. They were like, yo, he was cooking. It was his to lose, and he just lost it.
Yeah,
It was literally his to lose battle of the year, and he just
lost it, fumbled the bag. And I'm not
even if he'd have lost, he could have still did it. But just to lose in that fashion,
right, to quit.
to quit. You
But,
no
yeah.
Moss in the ring?
Yeah, can't accept that.
No,
Can't accept
it was bad.
And I wasn't a Danny fan, and I'm not a Danny fan either. So, you know, it was kind of, I kind of liked it.
It's interesting because wasn't Danny in all the cast videos and the mansion videos and all that stuff? He was talking real good.
He was talking crazy. But the other thing is like he took battles like a week apart. Like he took Suge last week, and then he tried to battle Real Sick this week. And it's like you don't take those two back to back like that.
No,
like they're not. You know, neither one is a pushover, and they're both aggressive, and they're both from Jersey. You don't just sit there and just like I'm gonna just take Suge this week, and then I'm gonna take Real Sick next week on NOME. Like just
bad.
stupid.
It was bad. But yeah, he got destroyed. Absolutely destroyed.
Yeah.
And it makes it worse because they were saying like Real Sick had bars. He had bars. It may have been a loss. It may have been a loss anyway. But to lose like that, Danny, man, you messed up, bro. Other than that, thoughts on the battles, thoughts on your favorite battle. Oh wait, one more negative thing. Yo, why does everybody hate Rex in the old battlers? What's up with that shit?
I love Rex.
I thought Rex, I mean, even if you think that Rex lost, I was seeing 30. I mean, he was not 30. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, just not play that game. You want to give him 2-1, fine.
Right.
If you want to say he won 2-1, I personally, for me, I don't fucking like easy style. I don't like the fucking, it's just, where are the bars? He don't have no real good, he don't have no lineup of just like, oh, that's an interesting turn or a flip or none of that. So to me, a dude like that always loses to me. I don't care. Big gun bar, big I'm gonna whip your ass and you ain't shit and I was in the street. I don't fucking care. Can you rap, my G? Can you rap? And I mean, like, Easy's okay, but Rex had real bars. I think what hurt him, Mook was doing too much. Mook was behind him like, let's go. On every bar, I was like, Mook, settle down. Settle down.
That battle to me, especially based off the content, felt like Smack DVD era battle.
Yeah,
like that was a Smack DVD era.
It was.
And it was a good battle because people looked at Easy like he the new Rex. That's why the challenge happened. So
that was some of the angles he was going with. Yeah, like he's I took your style. He's like, no, you didn't. You doing a poor imitation. I love that shit. I love that back and forth they had. I love that.
Yeah, and that's what now. What was that?
Who been taking over battle rap? Cassidy. Who Cassidy back? Okay, enough said.
Oh my god. Okay.
Cassidy was back and Easy.
Yeah.
Enough said.
Right back Easy.
Enough said.
If that's a Philly, they both from Philly though. Can't go against home.
Hey, Cassidy. I'm just saying Cassidy back a certain individual. I know who won based on that.
I tell you right now, it's funny. Cassidy backed him with the same knowledge that he ignores with himself, which is that they're not gonna like you old niggas. I'm gonna go with the young nigga, and he was right because before Rex said anything, it was Rex got 30. Before it was even over, I was like, Really?
People, and that's the thing. Like I never understood, but I kind of get it because, like you said, Rex and Easy style ain't punchline, 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 punchline. They're more like, I'm going to expose, like you not what you saying you are.
Yep.
And I'm going to prove it.
That is exactly what it is.
So like I saw interviews with those two after the battle, and they was like talking about the lines that they like about each other because they just bring up the most street lines. They're saying like, man, you had to really do that to know about that. Like, it's like, you know what I mean? So it's just like,
and I think Rex had a line where he about shorting him a pack or shorting him something. And Easy was like, yeah. There was a lot of like, fuck you, but I respect you though. There was a lot of that in their battle. Like there was moments because Easy looked like he mad he want to bite a nigga face off every 5 minutes. So he was like, you right. That's good shit. Yeah. He had a couple moments.
Yeah. Even Rex was a couple times Rex was like, yo, I like them.
It goes back to what Cassidy was saying though. Like I hate to keep bringing him back, but he was literally just saying like, battle rap, in order for it to transcend over, has to be more than that. It has to be more than just street stuff. It has to be something that the average person can take a look at and understand to an extent. Like you can keep the lingo, you can keep the whatever y'all got that's internal between the streets.
You know what?
Right?
You know what? I think you're right. I think there's a level that if they're gonna reach it, you have to embrace more of the commercialism. You have to embrace more of the mainstream. Like I was thinking, I mean, something stupid like this. You know what? Give them a topic they have to rap about. Who has the better bars rapping about the same shit? Or make it not about street shit. Or you can't mention guns. Or you can't mention this. Like, that's what I mean. I think you're going to get different kinds, or you just encourage different kinds of rappers. Don't just keep having the same gun bars. Because that's why I like DNA. DNA came in, like, you would think with his whole, like, you would think him doing political ads, he would get roasted. No, he roasted the shit out of B-Dot. I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, like,
this man had bars for him.
Going to that battle. Like I was picking DNA too because I knew the new DNA, the non-gun bar DNA was going to come with better angles than B-Dot. We already knew B-Dot was going to come with the same. Like, and that's the thing. Like with B-Dot, I don't understand why fans like B-Dot so much. Like every battle, he's literally the same guy. Yeah, but it's like, how are you a dude that lost his scholarship for football, for failing all his classes, not going to class, you gonna come out here and try to educate people?
Like, that's everyone that comes into hip hop. If I have a little bit of college, I'm smarter than the rest of you. That's how they feel. That's everyone does that. Every failed graduate, Diddy, Kanye, comes into this shit like, I'm smarter than you. Everyone does it. So it's like, I don't hate him for it. I just think his angles are trash. And you can't, DNA is hard to go at too. Because you can't say, oh, you talking about put the guns down now, you bitch. Like, what? Like,
right.
that ain't gonna work, son. That don't work.
Yeah, because like even in it's like B-Dot come with the same thing. And then like and DNA took the angle, the football thing, but I also didn't know that B-Dot had that music background, like his dad working with Dr. Dre and all that stuff. So it's like, so you couldn't afford to fail out and lose your scholarship because you had plenty of stuff to fall back on.
So he hits him with that shit, and then you think back to the connection with Avocado. So like, oh, you just out here just faking the funk. You ain't really about that shit. You just playing. This is an avenue for you to go now. Now it's like, and again, I feel like when certain guys get exposed, it's like, I don't want to hear from you anymore. This may be B-Dot. It may be just like, you're done now. As far as battle rap, you have no credibility. You're done. Like Tay-Rock. I didn't watch Tay-Rock's battle for the most part. I didn't give a fuck. I was done. I'm done with Tay-Rock. I don't care no more.
I was so mad. I was so mad Tay-Rock fucking, and you can't deny that he won too. So that's what made it even matter.
Tay-Rock beat Chilla pretty bad to me.
He can't even deny that he won.
Tay-Rock beat Chilla. Tay-Rock beat Chilla pretty handily.
Yeah.
From what
honestly, Tay-Rock wasn't that bad.
He wasn't.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
just
Tay-Rock,
him.
but it was a better Tay. It felt more like the Tay-Rock that battled Daylight
Exactly.
than the Tay-Rock that battled Mook, the one that Mook destroyed.
Like, I mean, just utterly. But I mean, you know, it's what was let me ask you this. What was your favorite battle? Your favorite battle? Oh, and I have mine, but I'll let y'all go first. Who's your favorite battle?
I mean, I like the main, just the one that should have been the main event.
Geechee and Rom Nitty.
Yo,
that was
they
my
were
favorite.
rapping their ass off. I love that. I
The
absolutely
money.
love
I don't know
that.
if it was the money or if it's just them or because they know each other so well that they were able to be more creative because they were trying not to be disrespectful, while at the same time they were trying to win.
Yeah, Geechee. If I had to pick a winner, I would have picked Geechee. And I found out that the judges would go, if they went to the judges, they would have picked Geechee because the judges told who they was voting for to win. The fan vote went to Rum Nitty, but the judges would have had Geechee
by
win.
one vote, right?
By one fucking vote. Yeah, that was crazy. They were I had every time I want to give it to Geechee, and then he had just a bar, which is like, oh my goodness. Like every time I was like, I also feel like Rum Nitty shouldn't be there. So ultimately, that's why I was gonna say Geechee, because Nitty shouldn't be there. Maybe it shouldn't be Sirius Jones, but it shouldn't be Rum Nitty. Yeah. I think we all know that shit. So that's why for me it was like, if I had to pick, Geechee's been pretty much consistently flames for the last year and a half.
I don't like the way Nitty was rapping. Like he had like a weird cadence. He was like cutting off his bars. Tay-Rock was doing the same thing where he was like cutting off his bars too quick. Like it just didn't seem like he was rushing it or something.
Yeah, they got that from Goods. Like Goods used to but Goods got a slower flow. So it's like Goods would be rapping and then like what he about to say and he'll stop it right there and then go to the next line. And like rappers like when he did that. So they started doing it. But they
rap too fast. I was about to say because they go too fast. It just didn't sound right.
That's fair.
Yeah.
And that was like Nitty every round he had about 3 or 4 of those that like he was going somewhere and then I'm like, all right, man, just call time.
I like Geechee's content better than Rum Nitty. Rum Nitty was fire, but I know Geechee felt like I can't punch with this dude. So I gotta come at him like with more angles and I gotta come at him a little bit more personal. Because I can't punch with him. He's gonna punch me to death if I try to punch with him.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Absolutely.
So,
I did like that battle. That was probably my favorite one. I didn't like how they said before their last round, they said, oh, we ain't worried about it. They were like, oh, we gonna split it or whatever.
We're gonna split it, yeah.
I didn't like that. I would have liked that they just not said it and just wrapped out. And then right before the results came out, you know what? Fuck it, it don't matter. Then do it. I think Rum Nitty, he jumped the gun on that one. Let it get right up to that moment or whatever, and then had it happen. I think that would have been better.
It's better for battle rap. It's better for battle rap to see a winner.
Yeah, because
I don't even mind it not being a winner, but I'm like, didn't they rap after that? Wasn't that what happened? Wasn't there a round after that?
The third round,
or was it before that?
They made it official after the battle ended.
Yeah,
but they alluded to it after the second round.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I would have. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was gonna ask y'all like how'd y'all feel about like just splitting the money? Because my idea would have been like when Drake came out, and that's one thing I wanted to get into because like I think Drake should get a lot of some type of praise for actually going to an event like that.
I agree.
And like actually,
this man walked in with what we think is potentially real thugs with 50,000 in his pants.
Right.
Like I'm torn on Drake all the time. On one hand, I'm just like, but like he does shit like this, and it's kind of like,
right,
for the culture.
I try hard not to like Drake. and it is very difficult. Like he keep dropping hits. Number one, he keeps showing up to. He keeps supporting stuff that I mess with. Right? It's hard. It's hard not to like Drake.
With an extra, like I'm gonna add an extra $50K.
And it's interesting that he comes up and he doesn't take away focus. A lot of people show up, like if Diddy shows up to some shit, it's gonna be about Diddy. You know what I mean? Drake shows up nonchalant, like he's trying to bag Nuno for some reason. He was off to the side doing his thing. You'll hear the money. He slaps the battlers up like, yo, man, like he's obviously engaged. He's not like in his phone or some shit. He does a really good job of actually not making it about him, although it is obviously about him to an extent.
Yeah, he didn't. He didn't stay in the middle. Yeah, stayed. He didn't stand in the middle when they were battling. He stood to the side. Off to the side. He said, yo, Smack's in the middle. This is his shit. I'm off to the side with the fans watching this shit. And you know what I mean? Like, again, it's hard. It's hard to dislike Drake, man. It is. It's hard. I mean, I'm the same way. I've tried. And yo, fuck him, man. He ain't from this culture. He came from this and this. But he embraced it. He elevates his shit, and it's like, what can you say? Most people of his caliber ain't showing up.
I mean, and that's the thing. Most people's caliber aren't showing up. Like, where are these boys at? 10 years ago, Buster said, I'm a battle Lux. Where that nigga been at since?
Right.
He would say a lot of shit, and then it's like you don't see him. So,
he put the money up. I have to assume this is a loss for him. This is like an investment for the future because I know he ain't getting his money back right away from this.
I would 100% think he's not getting his money back.
So, yeah, mad praise to him, man.
Yeah, I think.
And then to get on the the after battle show and to let them grill him with questions he know he shouldn't be answering.
Right.
He sat down with Surf and fucking Nunu like, yo. So yeah, I thought it was a great battle. Like, wait, like he doesn't have to do any of this shit. He could have been out after he dropped off the bread. He could have zoomed y'all and been like, yo, I'm watching, guys. I just wired some more money. He was there. Like, he didn't do any of that. So, like,
got his own chair.
Salute to Drake. Right.
Got his own chair.
They had 2 chairs. They had no chair set up for Drake. He went behind the curtain and grabbed his own stool. I'm like, man.
Like, no, don't get up. I'll get one. Like,
I get one. Like, I get my own chair now. Come on, guys. Like,
I gotta change my top 20 battle, my top 20 rapper list, I guess.
Maybe.
Drake moves up. I think what they should have did though, when Drake added the extra 50, I think whoever lost should have got the 50, and whoever won should have got 100 instead of splitting it 50-50. So it would have been more like first place, second place, as opposed to just like splitting the money down the middle.
I would have preferred if they said
because
nothing.
They boys.
Yeah, they tight.
Yeah,
they
I honestly, I'm with you. If they just say nothing, and then later on, like the Abish and like the what's the name show or whatever, they're like, you know what? That's my nigga. They split it.
Yeah,
for me to know that you have the 150 and then to give it is better than just already saying before we even know who won.
Yeah,
catch our bets.
Right, because it's a story though, right? Like to me, I look at it like a story. We were right there. Like the battle was crazy. The climax is coming, and then they said we're gonna split it, and it's like, man, fuck this battle.
He kind of ruined it.
It ruined it. And again, it was a great battle, but I cannot now call it a classic because you bat the last one with no pressure.
Yeah,
can't call it that no more. It was a classic until that point. And then you did that, and I was like,
right.
Great That's battle, but not a classic.
Yeah, like next year when they do it, or the next tournament they do for the 100K, like they need to make sure they have 2 people in there that don't like each other.
Right.
In the champ.
I mean, this we can't. One of them was supposed to lose.
Right. That's the thing. It wasn't supposed to be that. They made Nitty win.
Right. Nitty was supposed to lose Sirius Jones.
Yes.
Sirius Jones beat him. I watched the battle. Sirius Jones beat him.
I want to see more. I want to see more of him. Honestly,
Jones.
Yeah, I want to see more Jones. And speaking of, I said about Goods. Where's Goods been at? Doing
like he got a shit. Like he do a blog or like a show, like a podcast.
Yeah, he got a podcast in his kitchen.
Yeah,
in his damn kitchen. The whole time with the worst echo in the world. Like nigga, go rap. What's up? You talking about battles? You true verb now, nigga? Like come on.
They want him to battle. They want him to battle Math.
Why?
because Mav hates Goods for some reason.
Mav trash. I don't want to see that shit.
Yeah, and Goods is just like, yo, man, like they're gonna have to pay me like a whole lot of money for Mav. And he said, and then Mav is gonna have to pay me a cut.
Like dead ass. I wouldn't want to see that shit.
Nigga, go rap. Get out your kitchen. That's a shirt.
Like, cause I just be seeing him talk about battle rap, and it's not like he don't do other content. He just talks about this shit. I'm like, you might as well be sitting up there with these niggas talking about the battles in between the rounds, like shit.
Crazy, like he's getting paid to do other stuff though, because I mean, he was just here in Buffalo like a couple weeks ago, and got paid to be at one of those restaurant openings or bar openings or something. Like he was here, like and I know he was like been doing appearances and club appearances and all types of places. Like he get paid to do that type of stuff. I don't know how, you know what I mean, but
I mean he gets the bag. I'll give him that. But I'm just saying, get the bag. If you're going to sit there and do that shit, I rather. You know what's funny? I rather see him and fucking Surf doing that shit. If that's the case, Surf looks uninterested. Surf looked uninterested after the first 20 minutes.
But you know what? Like Good said that he would do that. Like he said, all they got to do is ask him. Like, cause he said he wouldn't mind doing it. They just got to ask him to do it. He said because he's totally unbiased. Yeah, because
Surf is not, and that's nothing that pisses me off. That nigga got fucking favorites and shit. Get the fuck out of here.
Keep Jay Black.
Yep.
Add Goods and have a color commentator, whatever you call it. You know, have somebody in there just for the jokes.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind that. I got two more thoughts on this. First off, it wasn't necessarily a great battle, but honestly, I fucking loved Av. He was lighting Jay on fire. I was like, his bars was heavy. I need to see more of him. Yeah. I need to see more.
Av's a heavy punchline. Av's a heavy punchline.
And that's what I like.
And I thought Jay was going to beat him because I like Jay.
I do like Jay.
Because the way Jay twerk, I'm like, okay, like he's going to kill Av. But, you know, Av, you know, he punched him. Like I thought Av lost the second round, but I gave Av the first and the third. But
yeah, Av was on. Av has he has some bars. I was happy about that. I was happy to hear that. Yeah, I'm a punchline guy.
He had to come back strong after DNA put him in the coffin. DNA put him body bag.
DNA is looking like a heavyweight for real now, man. You can't fuck with him. No. He ascended to that level. Like, if you can't get at me for like the shit that's most obvious, that's what I'm saying. Like, if there's not an obvious angle on you and you have bars, it's like, what you gonna do with me? Like, there's not much you can do. You gotta out-rap me, and I'm good at this shit. So what's up? That's interesting. Yeah, that was good. And then my I'll leave it at this for this battle. URL. Please shorten this shit. I don't have all fucking weekend to watch battle raps. Could you fucking shorten this shit a little bit? It was just battle after battle after battle, which is good to an extent. But like, yo, could you imagine in football if one game was 8 hours? You'd be like, yo, fuck this shit, I'm out.
And then what they should have did was, because the second day, I thought it was 2 days, but they had so many battles the first day. I was like, well, maybe they pushed everything because there was a few battles that got canceled.
Right.
So I'm thinking like, oh, maybe they just put everything in the first day because they ain't have enough for the 2 days.
Right.
But then it was like, oh, they was battling the second day too. I'm like, that's just too much. And if you're gonna do it like that, you should have left your main event was Rum Nitty and Geechee and should have saved like Chilla and Tay-Rock for the next day or something like that to get people to actually watch.
I'm assuming that the numbers went down after that. That was the height. That was the battle. That was 100K. That was a Drake appearance. Right. That should be the last thing of the night.
You right. Period. It was a good night of battles. Like you had, and right before that, you had Rex and Easy. So you had like 2 great battles back to back.
You had some great battles. Absolutely. That should have been the night. And then there was night 2 after that.
Right. But, you know.
Other than that, it was good. I just shorten the battles, man. Please. It was way too much. Now from there, I guess we can get into a little bit of this NBA action. But first, Reek, I gotta ask you this: have you heard, as I get my Knicks shit going here? Have you heard that one Luka Doncic is unhappy?
Did you see that?
I just need every pundit, every talking head, every hating ass fan, every Knick hater, every New York hater. We told you so. KP wasn't shit. And now your young Knicks, the white Jordan, is upset. Fuck all y'all. We told y'all this shit. So I just had to start there because at some point, and I'll keep saying this, at some point, give the Knicks credit for moving that motherfucker and not paying them. At some point, you got to say, damn, what a great move. What a great move in hindsight this was. If the Knicks get crucified for trying to take a shot, how about the shot they didn't take? I just need the respect put on it. I need Max Kellerman and all his fucking flunkies to come back and say, you know what? Damn, maybe you're right. Yeah, he is damaged goods. Oh, shit, he can't rebound. Oh, shit, he's not the greatest player we thought he was.
Oh, he can't shoot. Can't pass.
Like, I'm just, and he's coming, and the thing is, when a guy like that has injuries to his lower half, he always has those injuries. He has a leg or foot thing and a shoulder thing. He's not gonna play for long. Unfortunately, these big guys, when they get them injuries, it's over. That's why Shaq was a marvel, because he didn't really get hurt. And then when he happened, when he got the toe thing, it was just like, hey, it was never quite the same again. Is what happens. So like, anyways, I had to start there because this Knicks slander is crazy. Oh, and of course, good Knicks news: Julius Randle is second
second team all NBA.
Oh, we're gonna fucking
give him that max.
We're gonna fucking pay him.
Give him that max.
Because you know what? The best thing that happened in the playoffs is what I hoped would happen. Julius Randle show who he really is.
Julius Randle tried to back down somebody from full court.
And Julius Randle didn't disappoint me. He showed exactly who he truly was. And he ain't no max player.
Oh my goodness, he is not. He is not a max player.
I was like, yes, that justifies everything when it comes to not paying him max money. Like, we'll give
him the contract.
Yeah, we'll give you a nice contract.
We're gonna give him. I think we're honestly, Reek. I hope we don't. We're gonna give him a max contract.
No, we can't. It's like it's been proven.
I think I hope they're shrewd enough to say, go in that meeting and you know what? Go in that meeting. Don't say shit. Play game one of the playoffs. Just sit there. Play game one. No, now you play game one. You got a AV guy. Play only random possessions where he shot or passed and just watch and be like, so we're thinking this as your contract.
Yeah,
we love you, but you just showed you're a third guy, maybe a second guy. We gotta go get the first. There's no knock at you, but you want to win, right? This is what we gonna need.
Right.
But you need 19 and a half this year. All right. That's where you need to be at.
Because he showed he was so bad, like he can't even be a second guy.
No.
Because the way Derrick Rose was playing, Derrick Rose was like the first guy. If Randall was his second guy, that showed what he would have been. Like he was terrible.
He couldn't get go. See, I think a third guy has to be like, I think that's what Middleton is, but probably better than Randall in terms of like his game translates better to the playoffs because he's a natural shooter and he's a natural great defender. So I think those are the guys that are like, if I get going, I can get you a 30, but I can't be relied upon to get you a 30.
You shouldn't run a play for him. He should score within the offense.
Right. Oh, I'm in the corner. Bet. Oh, I made a great cut. Feed me. Mm-hmm. Bet. I am not a top of the key, move out the way or run the pick and roll through me. I'm going to create. We saw what that looks like. It's called K fucking D. That's what a number one looks like. You are not that. That's what not many players have. Not many teams have that. That's fair. But we are not that. That's a Donovan move. Even Donovan is a number one guy, I believe.
Right.
Even if you want to play a number two, he's better than Randall.
Right. This playoffs has showed what clear number ones look like.
Yes. I honestly think it has been proven now. Giannis is a 2. Giannis has shown he is a 2. When you get embarrassed on that one, he's a 2. I'm sorry to say it. Great player.
I'm not gonna say he's a 2.
He's a 2.
I'm not gonna agree with you.
Jokic is a 2 as well. You're a 2.
Who's a 2?
Jokic, 2. You're a 2. That's why I don't believe in Utah. Was it Utah? Denver. You're a 2.
Are you looking at ones from an offensive point of view only? From like a production?
I'm looking at just.
Can I get a bucket?
A 1's gonna get you a game. At least get you a game and keep you competitive.
But I think my problem is, and this is me speculating, I think my problem is you're associating with, can this person make the last shot? And that means you're a 1 to me.
No. It could be a defensive thing, but I mean, Jokic don't play no goddamn defense.
No, but I mean, like, Giannis arguably could put his team in a position to be 10 points ahead.
Okay, I'll give you this. If we go off 1 and 2, because there's different levels. Let's take gold, right? 24 karat gold is pure gold, right? 18 karat gold is pretty good. Giannis is like 12. He's gold. Maybe he's number 1, but he's 12 karat, not 14, 16, 18.
To me, it just depends though, because Shaq could be a number 1, but Shaq can't win you a game if you're down 3.
No. Shaq, that's different. That's different.
How is it different?
Shaq's way more dominant than.
But he can't win you a game if you're down 3.
I didn't say specifically down 3. I'm saying a 1.
But if I'm down 2 or under, I'm confident with Giannis getting me that bucket. If I'm down 3, okay, I guess you got a point, but that doesn't make him not a number 1.
I'm not basing it off of the fact of getting 2s versus 3s. I'm saying I don't know if he's a 1.
I think he can get you a bucket. I think given the score, he can get you a bucket.
I mean, I look at it like that too. I look at it like Giannis is like a 1, like Shaq is a 1. Like how, like same with Jokers. Like, you can't. It's certain things you can't depend on them for. Like I wouldn't, like, the whole thing is like they keep looking at Giannis to do things I wouldn't look for him to do. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't think Jokic is the same argument though, because Jokic gives you nothing defensively, like nothing. I don't think you can give. If you want to say Giannis is a 1 because he may make the game-saving play defensively, okay, I'm inclined to give you that. But Joker ain't doing shit. Period. He's just not. He's a great player, but like he's not. No.
I was looking at it like Shaq needed Kobe to close.
That's fair.
But Shaq was the 1 on that team.
But again, you're in this scenario, you're saying Jokic or Giannis is Shaq, and I can't in good conscience accept that.
Giannis gives you like the same type of dominance though. Shaq even compared himself to, like he said, the only one that plays closer to me is Giannis. Because Giannis goes and tries to dunk everything. And it's just like he's not, because I think it's because he handles the ball. People forget that they're big.
The only reason why I have a problem with that is this. And so maybe I'll say this. Giannis can be a 1. He could potentially be a 1. He needs to get a fucking move. He gets a move, I'll give that to you. Because that's the difference. You put Shaq, go on the block. Everybody move. I'm going to make something happen. That's not Giannis. He literally let Jeff Green stop him. Because you have to get a running start. That's different. He has no moves.
Like he's listening to everybody else tell him how to play his game. And everybody's telling him he needs to get a jumper, which he does. But it sounds like he's taking that into the game more than he should, because there's no way James Harden should be able to call off help to guard him with a bad hamstring, right?
And he was doing it, and all Harden did was say, "You know what? I know what you're gonna do. You're gonna run at me. I'm gonna give you 10 fucking feet, dare you to shoot the ball, and I can shuffle myself to the left or right 3 inches and be in your way. And you have to either run me over or take the jumper." So, but also I'm thinking, I think you're right, G. He's being told, if you got a 3-pointer, you be unstoppable, bro. If you had a hook shot, if you had a post game, you'd be unstoppable.
Right, and that's what that, like, especially that one late possession fourth quarter with Harden. I thought he was just going to turn and do like a hook shot or drop step for a layup, something like that, and he just
hurt that nigga. Like, he's hurt. I'm sorry, I'm not being dirty, but like, make that nigga be like, all right, I got a bad head. I better not switch on me on Giannis. Like, make him regret it the most legal way possible. Right.
And it's just like he doesn't do that. But I think you're right, G. He's listening to everybody else say he needs to do this, need to do that. And it's like, no, like he's not a normal big because of his ability to run, handle the ball, and all that type of stuff. But he still needs to be focused more on having post moves and things like that instead of working on his jump shot. Like, he'll never be a jump shooter. So it's just like he can work on it, but he still needs to be more dominant in the post. I mean, you watched the game yesterday. Wow, he was going back and forth with KD in the fourth quarter. They weren't guarding each other, but they were trading buckets. Yeah, and KD got the last laugh at me because KD's a better player, but it wasn't like people acting like Giannis didn't show up. Right. He just messed up towards the end, and I think that one reason why he messed up was he's afraid to take free throws, and he doesn't have any real moves. So, like, when you know that, your confidence ain't that high when it comes to down the stretch. And I think that people hold that against him because he's limited in that aspect. But the same was also with Shaq. Like, you give it to Shaq, we're just going to foul you and put you on the free throw line towards the end of the game. Like, Hack-a-Shaq was there for a reason. Same thing with some, with other players. Same thing with LeBron. LeBron was the same way. Like, he wasn't always confident in his end of the game stuff because he doesn't want to go to the free throw line. I think he didn't have a lot.
That's fair as far as the free throw shooting and with Shaq. But again, at least Shaq was but think about it like this. Shaq was so good that you had no other option but to just foul him preemptively. If they got that going if Giannis got that going, he's a little bit better free throw shooter than Shaq probably was, I would hope. Shit.
But the same thing still holds though, because Shaq and Orlando didn't win.
No. Like, Shaq needed a closer, just like, other players need a closer. Like,
well, you always know you're gonna need. I mean, this is the argument we always make, though. You need at least one other guy that can get it done, which is fair. That doesn't make him not a one, but I say he's not a one because he only does one thing, offensively at least, really, really well, and that's driving the basket. But he's so good at it, he's won 2 MVPs off this shit. But at some point, my guy,
he plays defense.
He plays defense, yes. Yeah. I mean, defensive player of the year level defense, right? 100%. I'm just saying, to me, the one when I need you to get a bucket of the many things the one has to do, right? Where are you? I think you need that shot. He gets a post game or something that's like, like they always say about KD, that's his spot. Well, he got his rhythm and dribble, right? But with KD, it's every fucking thing. He got in the paint. He's in the mid range. He's at the 3-point line. He's in transition. I don't know what to do. Right? That's everything he does. It's like, I don't know what to do now. That's why he's the fucking best player in the game.
Watching KD play, like we was talking about it, like watching KD and Kyrie, honestly, watching them play is like, okay, I still got faith because all the shots that everybody say is inefficient, they're winning solely off of them shots.
And they're super efficient.
They're exclusively winning off of those shots.
Kyrie is literally a 50-40-90 player this year, shooting mid-range shots. Like, he wasn't just bombing from 3 all game.
Take that, you fucking nerds. Inefficient shot.
Right.
Best offensive players of all time. Shoot that shit.
Right.
The best scorers of all time. Shoot that shit.
I've seen, and the thing is, I've seen nerds sitting there saying like, well, analytics says if you're good at taking that shot, then it's not a bad shot. It's like, yeah, but
How do you
teaching
get
yeah, but you're telling everybody not to take it. So why would they practice it? And why would they end up being good at it if they don't ever practice those shots?
Analytics says if you take shots that you're good at, it's a good shot. The fuck?
Yeah, it's like that, and that's what they literally say. So they like, because this argument, because I saw it on Twitter, and this guy was saying like Chris Paul never changed his game despite the analytics because he's a mid-range guy.
Yeah,
right.
And they were sitting there like, oh, Chris Paul should be taking it because he's a good mid-range shooter. And it was like, you guys are missing the point. Like
Curry takes mid-range too.
Right, Curry
all
takes
the time.
mid-range. I've seen like Klay Thompson takes mid-range. KD takes mid-range. Kawhi takes mid-range. It's like you keep telling people not to take mid-range shots, and the best players in the league take mid-range shots.
Right, and that's why I don't trust Paul George, because he don't take mid-range.
Right, but I will also say that those players that take the mid-range are a little bit older, so they were taught to take mid-range. It's like they were like when they were taught the game was pre-analytics, so just like common sense to like, hey, he jumps out on me, let me head fake and take a step in and shoot this mid-range shot. Or, if I pull up, shoot a mid-range jump shot instead of shooting from stepping back and shooting 30 feet. Like, and it's like people got it just backwards. So like the kids now, all they want to do is like either it's a layup, well, I wouldn't even say layup because they don't even attack the basket strong. They Euro step everything, or a deep three ball. Like nobody tries to play in between.
I was listening to Ray Allen. I think it might have been Ray Allen, but he was talking about like how crazy it is that we've gone from every action being go to the basket to the normal being stepping away from the basket now.
Yeah. Like, and you see it, like you see it all playoffs. Like I'm sitting there watching Donovan Mitchell, like I haven't seen him take a mid-range. All he's done is like step back threes or just try to drive.
I think it was last game, this game before that. This motherfucker came up and he wants a shot. Like I forget what game it was. This was maybe game 3. I forget what game it was. He shot like 4 threes in a row. I mean, you don't get your bitch ass in the paint. What do you do? And it's funny because you know how the crowd gets you all amped. He clanked a couple in, but it's some shots that when you in the gym and it goes and you be like, oh shit, okay. It was 3 of them. It was 2 or 3 of them where it was like that shit shouldn't have went in. Like one was a banker, one hit the rim 17 times. I'm like, if you don't get your stupid ass in the paint, and then he went cold, and then they went cold. And it's just like, you don't know what's going on. You took 8 of the same stupid ass shot. You made the first 2 or 3. You was feeling good. Then you realize, oh, this isn't really what you do. Go get in the paint, bro.
Mitchell he got it. Like his team, he got all them white boys that don't really do nothing. So he got it.
But the one thing that they do is shoot, G. That's the one thing that they do.
Utah is straight analytic basketball. I saw their shot chart for like the season. It's literally all you see is circles behind the 3-point line and circles in the paint. There is nothing for a mid-range.
Man, free Donovan, man. Free Donovan. Have him come to New York, man. He'll deal with less bullshit racism and we'll actually let him shoot a mid-range or 2.
Yeah, it's like I don't think analytics people understand how easy that is to guard because you're literally only doing 2 things. Like I know you're either going to shoot a 3 or you're going to drive to the basket. And that's easy. That's why all the analytic teams end up losing because you're only doing 2 things.
There has not been an analytics team that's won. There's usually teams that do a little bit of both. Right. It has its purpose, but just all the time, how that shit work out in Houston?
People get the misconception that Golden State was an analytic team, and they're not. Like they weren't even like, as far as 3-point attempts, they weren't even like top 10 in 3-point attempts.
They were top 5 in efficiency, though.
Right.
When they took them, they made them because they took good shots.
Right. Number 1 percentage team in 3-point this year, the Clippers. They're not an analytic team.
But Kawhi, all the mid-range he take?
Right. They led the league in 3-point percentage and free throw percentage. Like as a team, they shot like 80-something% from the free throw line as a team. Damn. And they shot like 40-something% from 3 as a team because they're not playing. We're just going to shoot 3s all game. Like we're taking good open 3s because we got guys that shoot mid range.
Speaking of the Clippers, Is they're in trouble.
Yeah, Kawhi's out. Kawhi's out.
What happened?
Kawhi's
I
out.
didn't see what happened.
Kawhi, they didn't say he said he hurt his right knee, so he's out indefinitely. They say it's something with the ACL, but they didn't say it was a tear.
Yep. And now with CP out, the West is wide open again.
CP got a black cloud, man.
They say he might have been vaccinated, so he's good. That's what they say.
Yeah, and I was about to be mad because if CP had to sit out and LeBron didn't for the exact same thing,
Let's change the topic.
They completely ignored LeBron's COVID protocol. He just had to play.
Let's change the topic.
CP3 is like, hey, you might have to miss the first couple games because you're in COVID protocol.
You know why that happened? Because Clutch Sports runs the NBA.
They do.
Why the fuck did LeBron get to play?
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense that LeBron runs the league, but he does.
He does.
He does.
He does.
And I don't want to bring it up, G. I don't even dislike LeBron. He's a smart man. He's dominating the sport. He gets back to the community when a photo ops available.
They clearly had more evidence against Chris Paul than they had against GOAT James.
No, they did not. They knew who James was with.
Right.
Like exactly.
Debatable.
And they were like, cool. But you're LeBron though. We want you to play us.
Yeah.
CP3, he's old. Fuck him.
Okay. Yeah, I'm with y'all. I'm trolling. If they get CP3 out of here, bro, I don't even know. I can't even explain how confusing that would be.
Right, because it's literally the same thing. Like they're both were supposed to be. Well, LeBron was supposed to be under COVID protocol, like they have Chris Paul under COVID protocol, but they just allowed LeBron to just play. So it's like Chris Paul should be able to play. But I remember when that first happened, I had the problem before because remember when KD was supposed to be under COVID protocol, they literally pulled him out of the middle of the game.
Stopped him from playing.
He wanted. He didn't even want to play. Probably he was still hurt.
No,
he was playing. They pulled him out. Literally,
he was actively playing.
Time out, Kevin. You have to leave now.
Like at this point, if I gave it to somebody, it's already over. At this point, I've already been playing.
Right, you already been playing. But they're saying like Chris Paul has to be in it because he went to hug his family after the game. He went in the stands and hugged his family. I'm like, okay,
but we obviously we're trolling by blaming Brian, but somebody snitched, somebody. It ain't like Clutch Sports was there. That's first of all, that's LeBron boy, but it's not like people were just sitting there on Adam Silver on a speed dial talking about check.
I don't know how much being friends with LeBron helps. I mean, Melo didn't have a job for almost a year.
I don't think they real friends.
Melo's not on Clutch Sports.
I think that's how he measures friendships now. I'm just saying, leave it to Melo. They was boys from high school.
As much as I always dislike Melo's basketball game personally, Melo doesn't seem like the type of guy that would hang out with LeBron like that.
No,
he doesn't.
Melo's the type of guy you would see at a battle.
Yeah, Melo's more. He's more. I'm not calling Brown fake, but I'm definitely calling Melo more real.
Yeah.
Nah, listening to Melo talk, he just there are many rehearsed answers in what he says. It's just that's how I feel right now. That's just what it is. That's how it is.
Melo, their relationship is purely business.
I think it's pretty clear. Like you would see Melo in a place that LeBron would never step foot in.
Yeah,
I mean Melo grew up in West Baltimore. Yes, I 100% believe that shit.
By way of Red Hook, Brooklyn.
Right. Both those things. So yeah, he's gonna chill with the undesirables 100%.
Yeah, I'm not saying Melo from the streets, but he definitely follows a code.
I think, yeah.
Yes.
I think it's the same for KD. You will see KD in places that you probably wouldn't see LeBron.
KD looks real. Remember the old school clips of him at the record? He looked real comfortable.
Real comfortable.
Real comfortable.
Listen, KD has been to smack events.
Yes.
Like,
yes. Oh, that's too funny. Yeah, nah, I mean, always bottom line, LeBron ain't shit. That's all I got to say. Anyways. It's not right.
If LeBron was still playing, you think Clutch would have made the call for CP3?
Hell yeah, they've been like, hey, yo.
Because that's how I do believe that's how they got the Clippers with the Ocean's 11 Trez in there.
Here we go. if that was the case, he would have made that call round one.
Well, he tried to take Chris Paul's shoulder out.
Sure did. Was cooking that boy. But I honestly, I really think LeBron just. It'd be funny if LeBron just knew it was done, man. He knew.
Yeah, I think.
Why even try? Like even if he beat them, we not gonna go no further than that. He knew.
I think LeBron checked out.
Yeah,
he's having too much fun this offseason.
Right.
To like really think like, man, I'm hurt that we lost. Like he couldn't wait to not play anymore.
I mean, yeah, because like I'm not even trying to like gas LeBron's accomplishments, but like, damn, it must be crazy that every single year you gotta play to the finals and like
right.
I mean,
every time you're done playing basketball, it's September and it's get back to work.
Yeah.
Right. Every single year, it's just like shit, man. I can't go to Cancun with my friends.
That and they probably I don't think he's playing in the Olympics, but they probably want him to do that too.
He doesn't play in the Olympics.
Yeah. LeBron looked like LeBron's having two. When I saw him playing that cube game with his wife, I'm like, oh yeah, LeBron is happy that he's not playing.
Showing up to what did he show up to? Who he showed up with Drake to his son games?
Drake to Bronny's games. Like he can care less about the NBA playoffs. Like, oh man, I'm glad.
But you know why? Because he already thinks he's the greatest. I've already done all I can do. I'm already the greatest.
He's GOAT James. For sure.
He's GOAT James. So are we changing our predictions on who's winning the finals this year?
Have to.
Yeah. I think the Nets still can do it though, personally. I mean, their roster is deep. Like, they ain't even played DJ. I mean, I'm not saying he's good, but like they still got a whole legit player that could probably get some good minutes on another team that they ain't even play yet.
Like, yeah. Like I think like the way KD has been balling, like KD's almost like, let me just keep everybody at bay until Kyrie can come back and Harden can give me something.
Right.
Yeah. Because I still think like whoever's left, because Kawhi's probably gonna be done. Phoenix, I just don't think they'll have enough firepower.
I don't think they got enough offense. Yeah.
Even if it's just
I think
if it's just KD and Kyrie, I think they would still lose. Like Phoenix would still lose.
I mean, who's checking KD?
I think
nobody. Crowder?
I don't think you check KD. I just think you make sure nobody else go off, which I mean sounds good, but in practice.
I mean, it's kind of what I thought it would always be when we got to this point. It's the Nets versus their injuries. I always thought that they stay healthy, there's not really anybody that should beat them. Their games work well together. They all can shoot. They all can handle. And KD plays fucking defense now. Even Kyrie be trying. I mean, Harden ain't gonna try at all. Kyrie gonna try. Just give you a little something. Steal it too once in a while.
Like, you know what was funny? Like watching the game yesterday, and they kept saying, Milwaukee just should have attacked Harden. Like he's a terrible defender. He only got one leg, and it's like his defense is so bad to begin with. It looked exactly the same as he always looks.
Yeah, he's even the same every night. He says, "Oh, okay."
I think
just try and move.
Last night's game either did one of two things. It either showed teams what they should do all game to the Nets, or it hurt them by saying, "Damn, no matter what we do, KD on the court."
To me, if I'm the rest of the league, I'm just like, I mean, KD is kind of towards the end of his prime. Like, fuck it. If I'm the Suns, I'm like, yeah, we're in a good spot because, like, at this point, it's age out. Age him out because you have nothing for him. Nothing at all for him. No one does. And it's not like LeBron where it's like, oh, get in his way. No, this is not the same kind of player. KD's back and he's trying to prove some shit, it feels like this year. Wait your fucking turn. Wait your turn. What you gonna do?
I think you can. I don't think you can rattle KD, but I think you can rattle everybody else.
I don't think you rattle.
I don't think Kyrie's gonna play. I don't think Kyrie's gonna play.
Really?
I don't think he'll be back this. I think he'll be back next series. If they win, I think he'll be coming back next series.
Do you think they can they win off the trade that just what KD does?
And if Green has the same game, no.
Somebody else is going to have to step up. Like Joe Harris.
Blake's going to give you 15. Yeah, Joe Harris. Yeah. Joe Harris needs to step up. He needs to get like 15.
Yeah. All I need is just somebody just to hit like Jeff Green was hit. There's somebody I can kick into that's just making shots tonight. Like how Reggie Jackson been doing with the Clippers and Marcus Morris. Like, one of y'all just need to be hitting tonight. That's it.
Yo, every time I think about the Brooklyn's roster, it's like you got 4 centers on the court because Brown counts as a center.
Definitely.
and point guard.
Bruce Brown plays center on offense.
Yo, I respect this game. Like I haven't paid attention to the Nets all season, but just watching the playoffs, I'm like, yo, where did this dude come from? He been doing that all season?
All season. He's been playing center all he's been playing center in the offense all season.
Like, yo, as a coach, honestly, your team gotta run suicides after the game. Like if I was a coach and he was eating like that, yo, y'all gotta run.
He said, "I gotta run." Everybody running. It's been an eventful playoffs though. I gotta admit, for some reason the Sixers are struggling against the Hawks. Don't understand why that is, but it's been good though. It's been good basketball. I'm excited to see what happens next.
I'm definitely enjoying the blowouts from the Nets because it just looks so pretty.
It's nice basketball. It's
pretty.
It's entertaining basketball to watch. Like
I hate watching Utah play, but that's whatever.
Why?
Yeah, I just don't like. I don't like Utah. Donovan Mitchell, if he don't have the ball, it's just weird.
It is, isn't it? Isn't it weird? It's like when it's anyone else is just like, what are y'all doing?
It's like, they're terrible. They're terrible because like those football games. College football game where it seems like nobody's playing defense and everybody just scoring in 3 plays. Like that's what it feels like watching Utah because all they do is just shoot threes. Like
literally, that game I was talking about when Donovan shot 3 threes, they were like, "Yeah, they made 15 shots, all of them in threes."
Right?
Like,
yeah.
What?
I kind of don't really like watching the Clippers play either because like. When Kawhi take over is better, but when he doesn't take over, like I just have no clue what they're doing on offense.
Oh, like with Reggie Jackson coming up with pull up threes. I don't know where I need the confidence that Reggie Jackson and Brown for the Nets have. Need to bottle up and sell that shit.
Reggie Jackson's on my irrational confidence list. Like there's no reason why he has this much confidence in himself.
He be just looking off Kawhi and he be like, yo, fake pass. Right. I got it. What the fuck are you doing?
But the crazy, he's been making it like all playoffs.
So it's crazy.
Nah, Morris, he got the like why he don't take he don't pass at all.
Why? Mook ain't passing. Nah.
Right. Reggie ain't passing. Jordan Clarkson's on the irrational list.
Yo, that's another one. He gets in the game. He just like I ain't passing none of you motherfuckers. Like, all right, you mean that shit too. He just and it's crazy because again, the irrational confidence when you banking home threes and the crowd's just like, yeah, I be the one doing the crowd like, don't shoot that shit again. Right. Bank the shit out of a 3-pointer. What are you doing?
Jordan Clarkson shoots any shot at any time and expects it to go in.
Any shot. Any shot. And when he misses, he's just like, what happened? Why'd I miss? Are you serious?
Bruce Brown got his. He was on the list, but that game where he went total psycho when Carlton Banks, like he
said Carlton Banks.
When he went Carlton Banks, I think that just shut him down for good. Like his confidence level went all the way down. He stopped trying to shoot every shot.
I
ain't seen a floater since.
Katie smacked his ass in the locker room. You don't cut that shit out. He's trying to win a series. playing with me. Oh my god, yeah, that was bad. That was bad. Who plays tonight? Matter of fact, who's playing tonight? Somebody's playing tonight.
Atlanta, Philly,
Yo,
and the
my
Clippers.
last thought is if Clippers may lose, if Atlanta wins this series, number one, because we all know somebody who's an Atlanta fan that I don't want to mention is going to piss me off to hear them talk about it. Beyond that, what the fuck? If they lose this series, trade Ben Simmons. Like,
Is it fair though? Because what's her name hurt? Is it fair?
Yeah.
Embiid.
Yeah, I'm trading.
He's been playing like
I'm still trading Ben.
Yeah, Ben got to go.
Ben got to go. Ben has to go because he can't shoot, and this game's about shooting.
And it's like he's not aggressive enough to make himself
right.
Like Rondo couldn't shoot, but Rondo was still effective. Like,
first off, Rondo will take a jumper,
right?
If you give him enough space.
Rondo gets to the middle of the court, which everybody knows is like that's the most dangerous. If you're a ball handler, that's the most dangerous part for the defense for you to get. Right. Rondo gets there and make
right.
I just think it's just something about Ben Simmons' game, and like I remember they used to say, "Yeah, man, he's almost like a LeBron type player." The fuck?
And the crazy thing is, like, he could be, but he just doesn't. And the other thing,
shoot now.
Yeah.
The
other thing is why you need to go is when you look at everybody else on Philly, everybody else on the team got better this year under Doc Rivers except Ben Simmons.
Yeah, also true.
Embiid has his best season, like MVP Embiid. Tobias Harris been balling. Seth Curry's been balling. Like the foreign shooters they got been balling. The only one that's been trash. The rookies have been balling. Milton and Maxey and all them dudes.
Dude.
The only
you gotta move him.
Yeah, Ben is the only one that's been trash.
I think you gotta move him while his value is relatively high. Move him for somebody, but do it quickly because man, you need it.
Yeah. We can't just sit there and rely on you to be a defensive stopper. Like you gotta play with some type of aggression and make yourself some type of a factor in these games on offense. If he's not in the open court, like he's almost useless. Like he does nothing in half court. Nothing.
It's crazy. Well, I do hope they trade him. Trade him to the Knicks. We could use him.
And we really?
Not really.
Y'all want Randall and Ben?
Nah,
yeah, I was about to say,
yeah, never mind. That's not a good match.
Boys they just gonna sit down in the paint. They literally gonna take a seat in the paint.
Well, it's I guess it's been fun. I think the Nets are gonna win it again or win it this year. Be good for them. The city will be a buzz for about 2 hours. Then we'll go back to waiting for the other teams to play.
Yeah, I'm actually okay with Nets, Clippers, or Suns winning.
I would love the Suns to win. I would love for that. I really would. I just don't see how they get past the Nets, realistically. I think they'll come out the West as long as the league doesn't try to fuck over CP3. And as long as
hypothetically speaking, if the Bucks win, are they a shoo-in?
No, I think the Suns could beat the Bucks.
I think the Suns could beat the Bucks too. The Bucks will definitely beat Atlanta. If Atlanta beats Philly, Bucks would.
Yeah, because Bucks are gonna lock all that shit down. They're not gonna let fucking Trae Young go wild and drop 30 on you. That's not gonna happen.
Right.
So they'll come out of the East, but
A-tier Holiday.
Right. Yeah. Philly should be up 3-1.
They should be.
They just took their foot off the gas. They've been blowing them out like since game one. They've been smacking the fire out of them.
And that lack of focus, and again, that's where like the whole Doc Rivers being an overrated coach or having those epic collapses comes into play because it's like it continues to happen.
Yeah. I mean, and I think Doc Rivers, the difference between Doc Rivers and Ty Lue, I think Doc Rivers is too loyal to his guys, whereas Ty Lue was like, you've been trash, come sit down.
Real quick. I need bench.
Yeah, I'm playing somebody else. Like you ain't been giving me nothing. He's been Rondo's been terrible all playoffs, and Rondo has not seen the floor this series. Like you gotta go, Pat Bev. You gotta earn your spot back, buddy. Like
he was a starter at one point, and they're just like,
yeah,
that was awful.
He fell.
Go sit down.
He fell off my defensive mastermind list. this year.
Oh, you have a defensive mastermind list?
He did ball last game, though. I will say that.
Yeah.
He did ball last game.
Because Tyron Lue got on his ass. Like, yo, you've been shitty.
Right.
Well, it'll be entertaining next week because G fucked up. Album reviews. We gonna be ready for this?
Yeah.
Got you.
Albums. And then
Banks.
Miami playoffs.
J. Cole.
Banks top 10 of all time. I'm saying it right now.
I don't know. We'll see.
Banks has a fantastic album, G.
Banks is top 10 of all time.
It's in the car. Whenever it's on autoplay, I just ain't made it through yet.
But let us know. Albums, more NBA talk next week.
Oh,
Banks top 10.